Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about a question that I'm being asked all the time. Is the market going to crash? I think when we're looking at whether the market's going to crash, it's important to look at where we've been and what the difference was. So I've been doing loans for 18 years at high levels. And then I went through the crash, recovered after the crash, never took any time off during that time. And here's what I see as the difference, okay? So 2008 is what's ringing through all of our heads right now of, the market's going to crash again. I can't go through that again because honestly, that was a horrible year. I don't even like to think about it. That's how bad it was. And it was just a horrible time, with how long it took everything to happen. But here's what I think, and I'm just going to kind of explain what happened back then. Prior to 2008 is probably where I should start. We had a housing boom, kind of similar to what we're going through right now. We are going through a boom, which is what's ringing in everybody's head. So it was booming. People were buying like crazy. But here was the big difference. What happened then is people were buying that have never bought before because the banks were giving out money like candy. So basically what the federal government did is they opened up these programs for us to lend on, and it allowed us to lend basically anybody that was breathing. And honestly, if you weren't making any money, that's okay. There was no doc loans. If you wanted to buy 3 houses, perfect. There's 100% stated income or no doc loans. You can buy investment properties too. So not only were people buying one house that they didn't think they could get into, but they were buying 3 or 4 houses that they didn't think they could get into. So we had a housing market that was inflated by people getting mortgages that they really couldn't qualify for. So that was kind of the problem. And then when people stopped buying the houses and maybe the prices just inflated, they couldn't afford the houses anymore. Then all of a sudden the houses started to drop. And that's where we got our mortgage meltdown, right? Like that's what we all remember. So since that happened, we all went through so many guideline changes, and the federal government stepped in and they put laws in place that couldn't happen again. So the people that now are getting houses, or since that point in time, there's been laws that are put into place so that everybody that gets a loan right now or since that point has to qualify for the loan. Like we have to go through certain steps, and honestly, sometimes the steps are ridiculous, but it stops that from ever happening again. So when we're thinking about '08 and what happened at that time and how horrible it was, we're in a totally different predicament right now. So right now, what I'm looking at is that the pandemic, and I've said this multiple times, is making home more important to people. What we thought about home before then was more of like investment stakes. Now we think of it as our safety net. That's our palace that we stay in. So we're thinking about it totally different, which is putting a different kind of value on our home. We're also looking at the fact that a lot of people got to the point where we can work from home now. So this is putting a whole new thought process on everything. I mean, it's opening a bigger world up for a lot of people because work from home has really never been an option before. So what I'm kind of seeing right now is that, like, what I'm getting calls for is I'm getting calls from people that are coming from like New York and California and Oregon and Colorado, and I've had a couple from Missouri. Really, I get calls from everywhere in the country, but those are the ones that I'm getting multiple calls from, especially California. And what's happening is these people are working from home right now, so they're like, let me move somewhere where I can actually get paid more. I'm going to get the same hourly or salary that I've always get paid, but if I'm not going to have to pay taxes to the state because I'm living somewhere else, that's a great deal. So it's opening up a bigger mindset for people, and there's crazy movement right now. So when we're talking about, is the market going to crash? I think it's important to talk about, is the market going to crash where you're living? So like there's certain states that are high tax states right now that I feel like those high tax states where people are really leaving because they're working from home. They want to be somewhere where they can live a different lifestyle, pay less for housing. They don't have to pay state taxes. Those kind of places that charge high state taxes, they might go through a dip in the housing market. But the places where a lot of people are moving right now, so if you look at the hot places where people are really coming and really collecting, and really a lot of those places, if you look at it, are places that don't have state taxes. Florida's going crazy, Nevada's going crazy, Texas is going crazy. All those places are going crazy because they don't have state taxes, and all these people are working from home. There's a couple other things that are factoring in, and these things could change, but we've talked multiple times too about the interest rates. The interest rates are crazy, crazy, crazy low right now. I mean, the country's really never seen these kind of interest rates before. So fueled with all the other things that we've been talking about, and then you can get a house at a crazy low rate, and rents have just jumped higher because now that landlords can't really kick people out of houses if they don't pay their rent, it's becoming more strict, and plus it's becoming more expensive to rent. So people are like, okay, let me just buy. So you have all these different factors that are coming into the housing market that really wasn't there before. And then the last thing that I want to hit on is that before in 2008, when all this happened, the banks were jerks. Flat out, there's nothing really to say about it. They were jerks. They were not helping people. I know there's probably going to be a lot of you that had to go through a short sale or foreclosure. You probably tried to work it out with your bank to see if you could stay in your house, because really nobody wants to leave their home, right? But they wouldn't work with anybody. So they weren't helping people. Right now, there's forbearances that are happening. The banks are actually helping, and honestly, that's coming from the government that's, kind of requiring them to help with it. But there's just a whole bunch of different stuff happening right now that for me, in 2006, I could feel the crash coming. I had to completely change my business around because there was something coming that was different. Even though I didn't know definitely what was happening right now, it's not happening like that. If we're just looking through 2021, I really don't think in areas that are not high tax areas, when I'm talking about tax areas like state tax areas, I don't think there's going to be a crash or, even much of a correction in the market at this point. In areas where there is a lot of high taxes and people are kind of moving out of those areas because now they have options with work, I think there could be, a dip in their market. I'm not sure if a crash is coming their way because there's a lot of other factors that are feeding them. But those are the kind of things that are going through my mind as I'm trying to analyze every day that I go through to try to prepare for the future. And I figured it was worth sharing because when you look at the news, all you're hearing is, don't buy it because there's going to be a crash, there's going to be a crash. It's just because this is too fresh on our minds right now. It was just 12 years ago. We can all remember what a lot of us went through. And I was part of the crash. I lost a couple houses at that time. So, it's something that I totally remember, but the situation is totally different right now. Anyway, if you have any questions, if you want to get a hold of me, I'm going to leave my phone number right on the screen. Otherwise, you can comment or, feel free to find me on any of the other social media sites. And I hope this was informational for you, and I hope you have a great day.